Well, in your business, if you're a great character, Mick Foley, not a great athlete, great character, willing to take some punishment, or you're a great athlete, a great wrestler. Well, yeah, exactly. It's taking a beating. Or you're a great
One of the great lines of all time, yeah. One that he didn't like, if I remember correctly.
Well, but, he did exception to that.
Yes.
Well, but
have you guys are...
It's called a receipt for calling me a bad booker. Which I never was really the booker. I was just on a committee.
But you got great characters and then great athletes who'll work and wrestle. And, you know,
make no mistake about it, because I mean, he and I have buried the hatchet. I mean, Mick is a phenomenal. He has punished himself unlike anybody else in this business. It's amazing the ass kicking he can take, and he never stops. And he's ready to go right now. You can call him up.
Oh God,
he'll be there tomorrow.
Jumping some tacks just for fun.
Fall off top of the cage, fall to the roof.
And that's not your idea of a good time, though. Getting a club full of tacks in the head or something.
You know, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to be in a cage. I don't really want to be put through a table. I don't really have anything to do with any objects being in the ring with me. You know, I'm a wrestler.
Are you saying you're opposed to barbed wire bats?
A little bit.
But Rick, I saw you a couple of weeks ago punch yourself in the face till you busted yourself up. So you've never been opposed to the old Crimson Mask.
I like it. I'm an artist, guys.
Well,
it's too late now. I'm all about making people believe.
What would you guys be doing if there was no pro wrestling? If it was never invented? What do you think you guys been doing?
God, I'm not sure.
There's no telling.
Because Hogan said he'd be like a bouncer or a guy playing bass guitar in some band.
I've always thought that how you watch cops on television, they never seem to be able to catch that guy. I used to think that I had a pretty good 40, so I'd freaking tackle those guys, and maybe while the camera's not on, I'd give them a couple shots.
Right.
Maybe something like that.
Law enforcement, sure.
Something physical, yeah.
Yeah, and I probably would have been the president of the United States.
Fantastic. Again, it's TNA Lockdown coming up Sunday.
What politician can talk me?
Weren't you going to run for governor?
Yes, yeah.
Not going to happen, though?
Yeah, Gene Oakland said there was too many skeletons in the closet.
Oh, man. You had some glory days with some of those guys. Again, saw a recent thing with Bobby Heenan.
He's coming to town Sunday?
Is he?
Yeah.
One of the great all-time talkers.
More than that.
Oh.
One of the greatest performers in the ring, guys.
Unbelievable.
People didn't realize Bobby's athletic skills in the ring. I was watching Bobby Heenan and the Blackjacks, whoever it was.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't wait till Heenan jumped in the ring. He was that good, guys. He was phenomenal.
Oh, that weasel suit.
Yeah.
Some of the best bits of all time.
Chasing his tail around.
Some of the best bits. Well, he had some stuff about Andre, because he was with Andre for a long time, just about how, Andre didn't do anything he didn't want to do. Yeah. And if you screwed up in the ring and didn't do one of his spots or something, he'd make you know that, look, man, I'm 500 pounds or whatever.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. So you took a few Andre shots?
Yeah, but it was all good. I mean, we all got, back then things were just different. It was part of the proving yourself process. When you were younger, you had to prove yourself every night back then. But Andre was phenomenal, God. But when Bobby got inducted in the Hall of Fame, he had just traveled. Vince made him travel with me for a month when I first went up there in '91, right? And so we're flying back after a 4-day run. We were in L.A., Frisco, Oakland, wherever else, Phoenix, and we're flying back in red. I go to the garden. He looked at me on the plane and said, "I hope all your hair falls out, grows back red." And then when he inducted him in the Hall of Fame, he talked about Vince making him go on the road with me. He said, "I didn't know I was going to the road with Larry Flint." So I mean, but Bobby's just incredibly witty, guys. And funny, and he has really had a tough time in the last 5 years.
Yeah, health-wise, I'm
really happy that TNA recognized him. He deserved it. He was a big player in St. Louis, guys.
Oh yeah.
AJ, a lot of that now, as far as earning your spot or some of that kind of stuff, is that sort of gone the wayside, or is there still that proving yourself factor that's in there?
I mean, you got to prove yourself in anything to get respect.
Yeah.
And that's what this business is about. Is just having respect for not only the guy you're getting in the ring with, but him having it for you as well. So things do change. It's not necessarily I'm not going to go beat the piss out of a kid just because he's new. But if he screws up, I'm going to let him know.
Yeah.
Got to straighten him out a little bit, and then he won't make that same mistake again. Not exactly a bully or anything.
Isn't a big part of it, though, again, opponent-wise, protecting each other in the ring?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're putting your life into someone's hands.
This is our job.
Yeah.
So we both got to stay healthy, and how do we do that? We put on the best show possible. and do it in the way that only we know how, and that's flawless. Where nobody gets hurt.
Rick, has that gotten better over the years, or was that a trend where people were not as respectful earlier, or has that gotten worse?
No, it's just when you were when I started, the older guys didn't want the young guys coming around because that was potentially threatening to their spot, so to speak. So you really had to earn your stripes. It's just different now. The business is just much more. I use the word civilized. We have guaranteed contracts, or health insurance, and the companies stand behind the guys in case of injuries and stuff like that. Back when I started, if you got hurt and missed a day of work, you didn't get paid, and God forbid you missed a day of work, because then you were out of sight, out of mind. So it was very tough and very different. And I've got a lot of respect for the fact that the promotions have stepped up, like WWE and TNA, and they take care of the guys. I mean, it's a different world. And I'm happy for the guys that they can have that kind of security.
Before we let you go, I was going to ask you, as we were talking before, the Woo. Tell when did that start? Because now you go to, and you don't even have to be in the building. People are just, nothing's going on, people just start wooing.
Well, it was one of those 20 hard-boiled eggs, 5 packs of jerky, 30 beer nights. I was riding across, windows open, 120 miles an hour, probably between Roanoke and Charlotte. And Jerry Lewis came on, and you went, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, woo! And I said, that's pretty cool, Jerry Lee. I'm going to take that from you, brother. And I did it in 1974.
And the chop, you become famous for.
Yeah,
I mean, you're like.
Well, I watched Terry Funk do it one time. A guy with Terry's left hand, the guy was working his arm, so Terry started, and had him pretty well shut down. And Terry started chopping the guy, and I went, I like that.
How many times do people ask you to chop them all the time? Because I was
5 times a day.
Good grief! Today, man, jeez.
Because I was, and you probably don't do it because you don't want to,
Well, it depends on where we are.
Because I was gonna do, we were talking. I was like, well, I want one of 2 things: either to be chopped, and I was like, that's probably not good.
Yeah.
I would really, before you go, I'd love for you to cut like a great promo on me that includes taking my wife to Space Mountain. No, do whatever you want, but I think that's an honor. You got to have at one point in your life have Ric Flair cut a promo on you. I want to be the guy you're facing.
Oh, what's the name of the show? 590.
Yeah, 590 the Fan.
Here we go.
Let Rick get warmed up. This is like an ultimate honor here. I want to
I thank God you didn't ask him to chop.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't.
And your first name is
Jeff.
Jeff, I'm sorry.
And you can call me fat. You can call me Fat Boy. Now remember, we're on the radio, so.
I have that's 500 people today, so I don't remember his name.
All right, Jeff. That's all right.
So Jeff, this is the Nature Boy Ric Flair talking to you on 590 The Fan. Live, am I right, Jeff? Are we live?
We're live.
And I'm telling you, brother, woo, that unless you have walk that walk, talk that talk, walk that long aisle, been limousine riding, jet flying, kid stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. And if your wife has seen me in person, she's already gone. Okay? That's it, brother. Telling you like it is. St. Louis, I am the king. Not Mark McGuire, not Albert Pujols. When Ric Flair gets off that plane, walks through that airport, the whole city goes upside down. Woo, there's only one Nature Boy. Remember that. Remember that. And I want every woman out there, including your wife, Jeff, to know that none of them could ever be first. But at the landing tonight, any number of them could be next. Woo, 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 woo.
Fantastic, guys. That is the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the heavyweight champion, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Lockdown in St. Louis, Sunday at MetroTix.com, the Family Arena box office. And remember,
look at it only I can look.
That's right. Fan interaction, Ameristar Casino.
Custom made from head to toe. And look at that T-shirt
I'll let you keep going.
He can go all night long, bro. You don't understand.
I want him to call me
Kmart. Are you kidding me?
I know. I want him to call me Fat Boy. That's also one.
Why?
Of the
Are you fat?
I'm a little bit. I'm fatter than most.
Hey, Fat Boy, keep your mouth shut. You paid to look at it, not talk to it. Okay, brother?
Fantastic. And remember, you can meet Rick, Hulk Hogan, and Sting.
Mothers, hide your daughters. Nate's coming to the landing tonight. Woo, woo,
Ameristar Casino. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And best of luck, and we will see you Sunday.
Lockdown. Sunday night. Be there. Woo, 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 woo.
All day long.
And Mark McGuire, I'm going to give you the short-handed tonight, brother, for not signing my kid's autograph last year. And I'll remind you, Mark, when I see a dugout today, I'm going to go, I got my Hall of Fame ring, brother. Where's yours? See you, buddy.